Hey, welcome, Sprickerbrag here, and today we're going to take a look at these Airfix quick builds. Yes, inside them they do use the brick system, as you can see on the left there, partially built, so I can show you some of the parts here for this Red Arrows set. And also I'm going to take a look at the Harrier jump jet set, both two British world-class classics. We don't know they're world class, but they're well known. So the Red Arrows obviously perform all over the world. And we have the British Harrier jump jet, but also it's very similar to the American jump jet, which was developed directly off of the British jump jet Harrier. So on the back of the boxes it comes up with all sorts of different details for the Harrier. It tells you interesting details like the length, the width, and the rate of, the weight of the vehicle, and so on. But we won't focus on that too much. So here's the parts here. Now inside you can see they use Lego-like studs. Let's just quickly check the clutch power of the parts compared to the Lego. We'll do that in a minute. But so you might be thinking that, hey, Airfix, look at them copying Lego all of a sudden. Well, actually, Airfix is one of the oldest Lego-like building toys to use that system, which was originally created by Kidicraft in the first place. Back in the 70s, they had a whole entire set called Better Builder, but we're looking at that later on. So here's the instructions, pretty straightforward. Several vehicles in the sets. Sorry, several vehicles and vehicle sets to collect, from cars to planes. So one thing I will say though about these sets is they're not in scale. So as you can see, these two craft here, the Red Arrow is actually bigger than what it should be. Now I don't have a scale model to look at for the Red Arrow, but I do have a scale model to compare with the Harrier. So we're going to look at that in a minute. So this, I'm not put the stickers on because I might want to resell these two, perhaps. But it's just quite interesting. Actually, the grey one, the grey of this Harrier jet kind of just looks like their normal kind of glued together sets, the same sort of plastic. So I would kind of prefer the kind of metallic. But maybe you could paint it like you'd paint like the normal glued together models from Airfix. So let's check the clutch power. Got Lego in my left hand and Airfix in my right. So some reason the Airfix parts inside have HH on them for some reason. And I think actually the parts, the actual brick parts, are made by somebody else. So I'll try and do a little research, maybe who HH brand is. But let's just check the clutch power. There's your Lego clutch power there. Sort of standard fare, holds well as expected. Obviously we're going to use Lego as our standard for clutch power. Now I noticed on the Better Builder, not Better Builder, sorry, the quick builds, the actual bricks are slightly more grippy with the clutch power, but very similar there. You can see I pushed them both very similar. Sideways, yep. So the clutch power is pretty good on both of these. But after the sets are built, you don't even see the bricks. You do end up with some gaps on the sets. I do think the Red Arrow would probably look better with with stickers. It looks a bit plain. But you can see here, top view. So that's kind of more realistic. Well, it's not really actually. That's probably more realistic scale. As the Harrier is 14 meters long, and the jump jet is 14 meters long, and the Red Arrow is only 11 meters long. So a quick just give it a 60 for you. So yeah, so to me, because they're out of scale, it's a bit of a miss there. So and I noticed actually these parts here, they've got a bit of a gap in them. They did pop off a few times when I was trying to put them in, so they're not really 100%, accurate. And you can clearly see these studs through the very large window screen piece there, a little bit off-putting perhaps. And this bit fits underneath, but you can't put that in with this when the stand's in. So yeah, but yeah. And also the way the parts are connected, they're not equal. So on the wing parts, they come over the right wing as an extra piece, where the left wing doesn't. Oh, can't land, got no wheels. Yeah. Here's my scale model. Got the wheels there, so the real Harrier has adjustable wheels, obviously. But this model doesn't have any way of landing the craft other than sticking it on the stand. So that's a little bit of a miss there, but I don't really see how they could have made the wheels actually come down. So for play, it's probably better that the wheels are up. The wheels do seem a little bit small though, I will say that. They're quite thin and small on the scale. And the nose of the craft is also a bit too long compared to the real thing. And there's again, we've got the unsightly kind of gaps there, because it kind of makes it look like those are the airfoils or the the air adjusters, but they're not. They're actually moulded slightly further back than that. So I missed out sticker, as I might take it apart to sell this as new. Or yeah, so I've got my model jump jet here. It's kind of more to scale to the real thing, but actually slightly thicker because it's die cast metal. So the thinner bits aren't as thin as what they could be, but the wheels on the actual Airfix model are way too thin. And the nose on the Airfix model is too long if you try and move them. Obviously my die-cast model here is actually smaller, but we can play around a little bit with perspective by moving it closer, and you can kind of see the scale there. So it's not that far off, but the nose of the Airfix model is a little bit longer. So from the top view, so you see the airfoils there, the air controls completely different, and the gaps in the wings there where the parts go together makes it look like that's a giant airfoil, so it's a bit incorrect there. So, but the front looks kind of okay from certain angles, but as I say, the Airfix model is a bit, I don't know what it should be, a bit longer than it should be. But that's it. That is the review. They're pretty decent, make good toys, I think. But they won't be a replacement for somebody who wants that pinpoint accuracy of the normal Airfix model kits, which you glue together. But one little thing about the Airfix, the original, the normal models, is the little pieces that kind of snap off really easy. So yeah. And I've been given some of these sets as gifts or picked them up cheap. The glue together ones, I've never put them together. I never get the time to put them together or paint them. But these, put them together straight away. Bam, 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 job done. So they are pretty good. They're all right. They're not too bad. I mean, I think they're worth the money. $14.99 is the recommended retail price for these normally, but these are actually £6 at Lidl's at the moment, UK store, and other places have them on sale as well, so keep your eyes out. But in the next video, we'll be taking a look at two more Airfix quick builds, which is the Spitfire and the Apache helicopter, so stay tuned for that. Coming tomorrow. Thank you for watching Bric-a-Brac. If you could leave the video a like, that really helps me out. And if you really want to, you can subscribe. There is Lego coming on the channel, hence the name Lego Bric-a-Brac. But occasionally, I do like to little delve into the alternative brick brands, because why not? See you later. Bye for now. Oh, and thanks for watching.